Okay. Go off. Yo, I'm happy to announce that we are sponsored by the classical music streaming platform Primephonic. Now before you click away, I have one question for you. Do you listen to classical music, or do you want to try and get into classical music? Since you're here, I'm guessing you have some level of interest, but if you have zero interest, yeah, go ahead, skip to the reaction. Primephonic is a music streaming platform kind of like Spotify, except like 1,000 times better for classical music. First of all, it is so accessible for every single user. When you start an account, it'll ask you a bunch of questions, and it's perfect for if you already are a classical musician and listen to classical music every day, or if you've like never listened to classical music before and you want to get more into it. Second of all, it pays its musicians, its artists, by the minute instead of by the actual piece. Because you know, on Spotify, a piece could be 45 minutes long and they just get paid for that one piece. In Primephonic, the artist gets paid for every single minute of that piece. Third of all, the catalog is immense. From soundtracks to Bach, to podcasts on each era of music, and they even have exclusive commentary from composers talking about their music. Now, I could go on about this app literally I encourage you all to download the app and use our exclusive deal to see for yourself. If you click on the link in the description or pinned at the top of the comment section and create an account, just plug in the voucher code REACTTHEK and you will get 2 whole months completely free for this amazing music streaming app. Hope you enjoy your time on the app and hope you enjoy this video. You guys are now reacting to the soloist Hyuna, who you may also know from the girl group 4 Minute.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Through Good Girl's lyrics, Hyuna explores the themes of self-expression and individuality. She replies to the societal pressure of being a good girl that everyone likes, saying that she wants to stay original and live life authentically. She sings that she just wants to be herself, and if you don't like it, get lost.
Yes, get lost.
This song is composed by Caesar and Louis and Maya Cook, and while the lyrics were written by Hyuna herself.
I'm ready for some sass. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna get sass.
Wow. I'm ready for it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's fun.
We just launched right in.
Okay. Naturally. 141 naturally.
Oh, the choreography.
What instrument is that? That's like in the percussion. That's like dum 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 dum.
Basically blues.
What?
Whoa, that was kind of a cool transition somehow.
A polymeter. Yeah.
Oh, that's warm.
That bass line's funkin'. Yeah.
So she's wearing like underwear over her pants.
She does what she wants.
Is that modal mixture?
It's spicy.
Very, very sassy.
I love it.
The verses and like pre-chorus are pretty much just the blues. It's pretty cool.
Love the contrast here.
Yeah.
She's messing with her voice a lot, like the big squeaky, the da 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 da. That was terrible. And then mix it with like the slightly more open singing voice. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Oh. I love all these portamentos, all these glissandis everywhere in the bass.
Yeah, there's a lot of glissandis here.
Yeah.
Okay. Go off.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Going in the sea. I love that bridge.
You can do whatever you like. Whatever you
Period.
like.
Also, her pants match the cherries for a second. Yeah, look, her pants match the cherries.
Good eye, BB. Good eye. I'm a bad girl.
Okay,
Yep.
Charlotte, I'd love to go with you first. Many facial expressions were displayed upon your face throughout. What was your thought process?
Man, I really like women.
Yeah, the whole time you were so quiet, but also you looked like you were in such shock.
It was like, good. I don't know.
You're getting red.
Yeah, you're so red. Fan him, fan him.
She's pretty.
So badass. I love it.
I really liked the sounds. I think, was she using like a major 3? Because I don't know, it sounded very like, because she was going 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1. But it sounded like each one of those like chords were being harmonized, which is like, you don't really use that. Like, I feel like those you would kind of use, like, if you're using 3, you use like a 1, 6, and it would just like kind of be passing tones. But I felt like each one of those tones were being like harmonized, which gave it this really like poppy and like alternative sound. Like, I don't think was it a major 3? It sounded like a major 3, and I was just like, I like that sound. So it was very like tasteful, and like, I don't know, I thought it gave it a different sound, and just I liked how each section like went really well together, and I just really like the harmonies. I just like how they just like connected everything together, because I could kind of anticipate where everything was going because they kind of led into everything so well.
Meanwhile. Sorry. And then it goes into. Now it starts like the horns and everything. And then ready? Then it changes here.
Oh,
And then
that's
it's
so
almost-
unstable. I don't like that. Because it came in a beat earlier than I thought it would.
No, I think
It
that's
go-
really tasteful.
like-
Digga, 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 da, boom.
I think
that
at
was super
first
tasteful.
you wouldn't like it, but
This-
then if you keep listening to it, it'll start making sense and just.
Stop touching it!
It's because it's the and of 4.
gonna,
Or
like,
the and,
kill
the,
you.
like the and.
Yeah,
four
it's
and.
the
So
and,
like-
four
so
and.
it's like but like it goes into that's foreshadowing, like the trap type of beat that comes later. And I do think too, like the bass, and there's also like a bass riff in there a few times that is nice. Yeah, I thought, especially later when he gets.
You
into
thought
kind
she was
of-
pretty.
Yeah, that's why I can't think sentences right now.
Ooh, yeah. I especially appreciated all of like her little like vocal runs. I'm kind of upset that those weren't more in the forefront. I know why they aren't like balance-wise aesthetically for the song.
While Henry's talking, do you want to just like dive in to re-listen to some aspects? I thought you might like this one, musically.
I do. Like it's a bop. It's a bop. There's no doubt about that. And I'm sure Henry can talk about why it's a bop, but I think I'm like, whew.
Oh, still a little heated.
Ooh, I need some water.
What about it? I feel like the chorus has a parallel major thing going on, right?
I didn't expect that.
That was like a, ooh.
That I did not expect when we were leading up to it. I was like, oh.
That was fun.
Yeah, and I really like just the like harmonic shifting going on behind the chorus. There's like an overarching like more pentatonic melody, but underneath it were these like dotted quarter chords. Catch what they were, but they were nice.
I thought it was a cool presentation. Like there's like a lot of different outfit changes and just different scenes that kind of, like Raph mentioned, provocative. Felt like that song was exploring parts of that, and just like you said, just originality and like confidence in oneself. It was definitely shown through this because like it was just a lot of different ideas of how she wants to present herself.
Dude, and when she started dancing with her backup, like, guy dancers in super high heels and, like, that short skirt, but was doing all the moves, I was like, what a queen. Like, wow.
She was out
This
here.
was pretty empowering. I liked it. I really liked, like, it almost sounds like when people put their finger, I'm not gonna do it, but when people put their finger in their mouth and they do, like, the cheek thing, like, the pop, like, that's kind of what the background,
the
like,
background
pop sounded like to me, but I really liked it. I thought they were super cool. Which is weird for me because I hate mouth or water sounds.
Yeah, you do.
But I liked it.
I listened back a little bit to the verse, and they have some pretty more natural sounding drums, snares going into the chorus, which is really nice. Really organic sound.
I think what was cool is that you'll hear in like a lot of songs, 4 groupings of 3 and then 2 groupings of 2, like that happens all the time. It's like da 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 da.
Yeah,
right? We hear that a million times. But the fact that she kept going da 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 da, and it's over a 4/4 group, so it wouldn't necessarily fit cleanly into the meter, which it's just awesome. Like I just liked it.
I think the opening was really cool, and then we just launch into it. I like a lot of the little elements, like the ideas that she does are quite nice, and I was amused by a lot of it. But for example, like the portamento section, like I thought that was a cool break. But then like I feel like the fact that the same sort of sound clip repeated like a few something about that. It's just like the song is full of those little things where like something is I should like, but then there's something about it that's a little different, and to a point where it's like just when it's about to be super creative, I feel like it gets a little mundane because of whatever the second half of that creative choice is. Yeah, that's how I felt.
I found it so interesting, Rafi, that during the section where she said, I look in the mirror and I look cold, you said, oh wow, that was warm.
Yeah, I think I meant vocally it was warm.
Wow, she did say that it was cold.
Yeah, I think what happens too is that it's just kind of like a downbeat, you know, in the accompaniment, and then there's a little more space to focus on what she's saying. Whereas the other parts, there's a lot going on.
I just felt like this one was so, its viscosity was so rich, and it just felt like you could like take a bite into it, but it was so chewy. But it was really just, I don't know. But then when you go into the bridge and you have sort of an add-on to the pre-chorus where you have the piano that you don't necessarily know where it's going, it's kind of meandering.
It's just harmonically going to like 1 minor, and then they hit you with a 1 major 7, which is just kind of like, that's a nice quality change. It takes you out of the key, and it's a lot brighter than the ear anticipates.
And the voice still has that color. It makes for a really beautiful contrast to what everything is happening.
How do you feel like it fits into Hyona's discography, since both of you are a little bit more familiar with it?
Oh, it fits for sure.
Oh yeah.
What elements do you recognize as Hyona's?
The owning absolutely everything.
Yeah.
She likes to focus on her voice, which is good. Or like the mix of the music likes to focus on that. And then I think she balances out the low timbres well during choruses. Like I feel like I can always picture like a low brass section emphasizing her choruses throughout each song. But there's always a nice drone underneath what she's singing.
I felt like it had a lot of just like upbeat vibes, and the background sounds too. It gave this like really like happy like tone. Like there's no way you can't just feel like you want to just go, you know.